I'm your host, T. Mitchell Bell, and we are here in the studio with AJ in the Woods from Cleveland and for Acoustic Songs Live. How are you guys doing today?
Awesome.
Cool.
Great. Yeah. Excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you here. Listen to him, warm him up. I'm really looking forward to hearing your stuff. We share a love of blues music, and these guys are roots-based musicians. And normally I just ask folks to play a song right off the top. What do you want to do for us?
I do Gypsy, kind of a Delta, just like a rockier song.
This is AJ in the Woods on Acoustic Songs Live.
I strolled down to the river with the heat of the day. It's where the old gypsy woman, oh, she came my way. She said, listen here, little darling, I ain't selling you no fake. You see this vibe around my neck? Well, it's all you'll have to take. I know what you do in the brilliant cover of night. I came with glass in hand with whiskey to hold it. Asked him about your rose, you were looking for an ear. Don't have to worry about the law on my back. Everybody knows it's a stone cold fact. So drink up a beer, oh, don't put up a fight. It's a perfect time to die in the brilliant cover of the night. Your last remaining breath, find all of your regrets with the last beat of your chest. I won't regret. With your last remaining breath, you'll find all of your regrets with the last beat of your chest. I won't regret.
I like to hold this one out. I just like that. You like that little rub? Oh.
Yeah, those micro harmonics hanging out.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just sell it. Take it a little bit longer.
Well, wake up, everybody. AJ in the Woods are here on a Saturday morning, and they've been up since 7 o'clock driving in from Cleveland. AJ in the Woods, Allison Toman, and Joshua Collins on guitar. That was Josh on slide. Great stuff, man. I'm really digging it. So you were telling me prior to the show, you guys been together for about a year? It's like how?
Almost 2. We've been playing, it'll be 2 in the summer. We've been an official band for about a year and a half. Yeah, so started last January. Played for a few months just to kind of
feel each other out. She was playing an open mic at the end of my street, and I saw it on Facebook. So I moseyed on up there with my guitar, and because I needed a band. I needed to play, and for a musician that's not playing out, it kills you. It kills you. So I played a song called Stomper that we do sometimes, and she heard it. I'm like, dude, we should jam together because she's got a bluesy, raspy voice, and I thought we could work. And then it was just from there a while until we wrote some songs.
So, and you guys both went to the same college, but at different times. You were saying Baldwin Wallace, right?
Yeah, we had some mutual friends, but we never actually met until after. I actually met him almost 4 years ago now at a friend's birthday party.
Yeah, I was hammered. And apparently I was hitting on her the whole time. She had a broken leg.
I had a broken foot, and then 2 years later, so that's how we became Facebook friends, and then 2 years later, needed an open mic, and the rest is history. Yeah.
Cool. Well, really enjoyed that. We were talking about some of the influences and stuff that prior to the show, and so how do you come to play this kind of music? I mean, you guys it's like that sounds like Delta blues kind of
blood, sweat, and beers.
You guys. I mean, like how did you get turned on to it? I guess is what I'm getting at. This younger generation kind of like listening to different stuff. It's.
I think we came about it at kind of different ways.
Yeah.
Like I started more of like the folk, like the Neil Young, more of the Crosby, Stills and Nash and that sort of thing. I kind of was a pop punk princess for a little while, and then when I started writing myself and playing my guitar, that's kind of more the sound that I just seemed to write. It just kind of came out of me.
For me, it was my mom. I was raised by a single mother. I was the only child, and it was just music in the household all the time. Stevie Ray Vaughan, George Thorogood, Bruce the Boss, and then from there I dove more into that blues. And I'm like, I love it. And I was in high school listening to Son House or Robert Johnson, and my friend was like, "What is that garbage?" I'm like, "Dude, this is the meat and potatoes of what you listen to. This is where it's from, dude. This is what I'm into." And I would sit there with my guitar in my room, having ADHD. I never really could focus on anything. This was the only thing I could focus on all the time, and it was just if I didn't have my guitar in my hands, I was asleep. So playing those records, and then I moved into more like the stuff that everyone else listens to, like Real Big Fish to Jimmy Buffett, like you can name it. I was at punk rock shows to rock shows, and just something I never gave up on. That slide guitar. The reason I'm so drawn to slide guitar, there's notes between notes, so you can hit a chord, but if you're on slide guitar, you can hit a note between that. It doesn't have a name, and I think that's really fascinating for me. Like those guys, Sunhouse were playing. Out of key, off beat, but they were still driving that song. And you got like we talked about earlier, you got Jack White, you got the Black Keys, bringing all that kind of music back. And man, there's such a thud to it. I'm glad it's getting appreciated again.
Alabama Shakes, kind
of.
Yeah,
Alabama Shakes. Yeah. God, that woman, woo!
Oh, she can sing.
She got pipes on her, man.
Yeah, I mean that's I love it when I hear, young musicians carrying on the tradition of that kind of music because. It just does. Other than like you listen to classic rock radio and you still hear some of the that kind of influence, rock influence. Like the English bands were basically covering American music and then selling it back to us, kind of thing. And they were listening to all that Delta blues stuff. When here in America, kids had Elvis on, so it was hear you guys doing that.
Like Keith Richards.
Great.
There's a good documentary on Netflix right now with Keith Richards. I don't know if you guys seen it.
I've seen it.
If you're college kids and you're sitting on Netflix and you like music, watch this Keith Richards thing. He talks about, he's listening to this country and blues and over in England, and it's not really catching on, but he's putting it in his music. I mean, Honky Tonk Woman, that's a great hit from a rock band, and that's a fantastic country. And that's just the thing they were doing, man, and they stuck with it. The Rolling Stones stuck with it, absolutely. They've been touring for 50 years. I think they just celebrated their 50-year tour.
Yeah, there will, if there is a nuclear holocaust, I think Keith Richards will be.
That's what we said for years.
Yeah.
If the bomb goes off, there's going to be dirt, cockroaches, and Keith Richards. That's what's going to survive for the end of the day.
Every time, it's like we've lost so many legends in the music industry over the last few months, and it just amazes me. It's like Keith Richards is just like he'll probably live to be 100. Honestly, just heard Keith Emerson, the other day, prog rock keyboard genius, sticking knives in his B3 organ,
whatever gets you sound,
doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Which, and like you were saying with Jack White, the documentary that
they may get loud, or it might get loud,
and with the one string at the very beginning,
Diddley Bow was the name of that, because C6 Steve, right? The Pink Pop Festival, you guys check that out on YouTube. It's C6 Steve Pink Pop Festival, and it's this whole concert, and he brings out a plank of wood with a bottle shoved in it and does an entire song on one string, and it is killer. You don't need much to make music, man. You just got to have the drive to do it. And I mean, he was playing guitar for Janis Joplin back in the day, I think was one of his stories. Yeah, he was around, and he gave up for a while, and he got back into it, and here he is, this whole rebirth of blues and this rock, and he's right in the mix of it.
Well, in case you just joined us, you're listening to Acoustic Songs Live. I'm your host, T. Mitchell Bell, and we have here in the studio AJ in the Woods playing some tunes for us. You guys want to play something else?
Yeah, we'll do a little folkier one.
Yeah, next one's called The Line. Strong anyway to send through another endless day, and they've clouded the light. Now round around from 9 to 5. Someone said we needed it, and we believed it. And I know it's hard to make a dime when you're spending all of your precious time on somebody else's idea of a perfect life. Now wasting the light that runs around from 5 to 9. I must admit I did it when I left there. And I know I ain't saying anything that isn't been said before, but I think we need reminding where we're on this earth for. Is it money, fame, or is it I won't waste the light that runs around with such little time. It's one life we have. I won't waste the chance. I won't waste the chance. I won't waste my chance. I won't waste my chance. Waste my chance.
Man,
I think we wrote that song in like 15 minutes once. Like that one came out of nowhere too.
yeah, just
Yeah, it was one of those ones. Sometimes, so I think sometimes I'll bring a song to the table. Sometimes Josh will bring a song to the table. Other times we just kind of like
Jam it
start
out.
jam it out, and then something comes from it. So I think this was one of the ones that I think I brought to the table. First one Josh did, kind of comes and go.
Yeah. And, you have a really powerful voice, too. I mean, it's like, I was thinking about that, like the show you just played at the Sandusky State Theater. That's the kind of venue, that you definitely probably need that big, the big space, the big room where, you could just belt it out, no worry.
Yeah, dude, it was really cool. Like when she told me, hey, we're going to go play the State Theater. And I'm like, all right, well, how long is the set? Who else is playing? Well, it's just us, and we're doing 2.5 hours, 2 hours. I'm like, who wants to hear us for 2 hours? I don't even want to sit and hear me for 2 hours. But we did it, and it was a lot of fun. There's probably a little shy of 100 there, and tables. It was a cool opportunity to play. Because see, a lot of guys that do this kind of music are playing electric, and I played electric my entire life. Always have, and with this band, I'm like, man, it's got to be all acoustic. Because if you can jam out your electric riffs on acoustic, it's this whole new world of music, man. It's so raw and so rich, and I think sometimes, don't get me wrong, I still love electric. Sometimes you can sit and hold a note on an electric guitar and not really work at it. When you're playing an acoustic guitar on 13s with a raise on it, half an inch, you got to really work and sell that sound.
Right.
So
right.
we keep all of it acoustic, but we got a really cool bass player, Anthony, that couldn't be here today, and an awesome new drummer named Nick. We're back in Cleveland right now working, being lame. But yeah, we try to do a real big, powerful sound. It fills out really, really well.
And as far as do you mic or do you DI or?
I have this amp that I found made by a guy named Tom Hall. I don't know where he's from or where he is, even if he's still alive. It's a 15-watt tube amp with one knob. And this thing, I love tube amps. And it's got kind of almost an electric feel to it, real kind of growl, but still acoustic.
Yeah.
And so you'll be sitting and listening to our shows, and you'll hear popple and crackling from this thing. It's like 100 years old.
Really?
But that's part of the sound for me. I want that. I want to be unique. I don't want you to plug in to a DI box, which I have in case I need it.
Yeah.
It just kind of sounds like everything else to me. Like I want that guitar, like, oh, that's Josh Collins right there. I can tell by the sound of that amp and the acoustics going through it.
Well, yeah, that's we were talking about the Jack White stuff and how, but he kind of created his own sound.
Absolutely.
With the whammy and the transistor
whammy pedal, yeah.
and the transistor amps. He uses the solid state amps rather than the tube ones, and they have their distortion is like it's not real pleasant. It's like. But he makes it work,
God bless him, and he developed a sound that it's uniquely his. And you hear a Jack White guitar riff, and you're like, that's Jack White. You know who it is.
Yeah.
And if it's not Jack White, that's someone emulating Jack White.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I mean, even though he stole his band, or the White Stripes, he even says in the movie he did.
That documentary, yeah.
Yeah, what was that band? It was another two-piece band.
Yeah. I forget the name of the band, but they were like an early punk band. Mm-hmm. And he saw them in, two-piece.
Yeah, two-piece. Drummer and a guitar player, and it was just overdriven, loud, and awesome.
And now a lot of people are stealing that,
Yeah.
There's bands out there that...
And he said it best. He goes, I'm not the first person to play a classic guitar and scream an amp, and I'm definitely not going to be the last.
Yeah.
So
One of my favorites, Lightning Hopkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that guy. There's a documentary about Lightning Hopkins.
I'd like to see that.
It's just hilarious. These two guys are just... it's Lightning Hopkins and I'm trying to think of the other blues player. They're hanging out. They're just down in Texas, drinking whiskey, hanging out, making music, chasing after a snake down the railroad tracks on one scene.
Yeah,
it's really hilarious. He's got his slick back hair, the whole
snake blues.
It's a great thing. And a lot. He influenced Stevie Ray Vaughan. He influenced so many people, and I had never even heard of him. Until the '90s, somebody turned me on to him, and I was like, this was like another. I had heard of all the Delta blues guys, but I'd never heard of him. It was weird, he came out of a different sound. That Texas blues is a different.
And that's why I like everyone's a Hendrix fan. I was a Hendrix fan. The reason I like Stevie do it, he took everything a half step down. For some reason, when you're a half step down, when you strike a chord, it just sounds right. Like that was the way it was meant to sound. Like it sounds fuller and more body. And he cleans it up so well. You can hear every note articulating, and there's something about just the way he grips that little guitar of his his wife or Lemmy or whatever, or Lenny, whatever you call his guitar, that for me it just sells it a little bit more. It's just got a better sound and tone that I enjoy listening to rather than Hendrix. Don't get me wrong, guys, I still like Hendrix. I'm a guitar player, but like it's SRV, dude, all day long.
Yeah, and he could step out of the rhythm right into the lead without missing a step and back right into the rhythm with. Just so natural, for
Google,
him.
if you get a chance, YouTube, Stevie Ray Vaughan breaks a string with Guitar Tech. He's in the middle of a set. I think he's playing like Mary Little Lamb or something like that, one of his really fast ones. And he snaps a string, and he plays his guitar really high on his chest. He snaps a string, and he just shoots a look to stage left, and he keeps playing, and this tech comes running out, unhooks that guitar, slings this around him, and he just goes from this to that like he never stopped playing.
I have to see that.
Didn't miss a beat. I've never seen anything like it. I'm like, I want that one day. I want to shoot a look and get it handed a new guitar. That's cool. That's how you know you made it, man.
Well, we're having like guitar talk over here.
He can talk like that all day long.
It's like
the rest of the
car
hour.
talk, guitar talk. Car talk on.
She gets to sing. I don't sing, so I get to talk. So
Exactly.
So, hey, you guys want to play another tune?
Yeah.
This
definitely.
one. God, we just wrote this. This was not even a month old. So if I play fast, I apologize. You'll hear it because she yells at me. She's doing a lot of picking with her right hand, which is astounding to me. I'm a flat picker, so I can't do that. But we're going to give this one a shot for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's called Let the End Come. I know you need him, and I know the end is closing in. And I know the reasons why you can never understand why I need it to snow, why I need the cold piercing through the air. And I am not leaving, I'm letting you go. There is meaning, I can't handle the unknown. Tranquil and humble, you have found me. Standing more sure of who I need. Though there's no one around, I ain't lonely, I'll be found in the snow with the cold to comfort me. You are not leaving, I am letting you go. There is meaning, I can't handle the unknown. Though you have gone, you will always be here. You are part of me now. All that you have done will never be forgotten.
Nice. Nice.
Let it, let the end come. Let it, let the end come. Let it, oh, let the end come. Let it, oh, let the end come. Let it, let the end come. Let it, let the end come.
Sorry about that. I thought
That's all right. I like talking. In fact, when we record, so we went to a studio once and we did it, and it just sounded. I mean, the guy that recorded us was brilliant, but it wasn't what I was looking for. The drums sounded. They were so mic'd and so perfect. It sounded like electronic drum set.
Oh,
You know what I mean? That sound. It just there was no life to it.
Yeah.
And when we play out, I'm standing still right now because I have to, but I'm all over the place. I have to be, and so our idea is for when we record, we're gonna ask one of our buddies in Cleveland. We want to throw a giant house party, big kegger. And then the rule is you can come and drink all you want, but when we play, you might hear the same song 3 times. But I want that atmosphere. There's a Beach Boy album called The Beach Boy Beach Party, and they literally recorded at a party. They played all their music, and you hear guys saying, shut up, and then, I'm trying to play this song. If you don't know the lyrics, get out. Like stuff like that. I love that. I want that vibe, and I want that feel. So
He was so excited when he got it. He's like, you have to listen to this. You have to listen to this. You have to
I
listen
shoved
to
it down her throat,
Yeah.
shoved it down my girlfriend's throat, and all. Like, I played it out all the time. So like when you're talking, like I love that. I want that. I want to hear some guy talking about buying a car in the distance. Like I like that. That anything live to me is perfect.
yeah, but I thought the song was done.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought it was
no.
the end. I was like, oh, great. No,
Yeah.
well, yeah,
That's not the first time that's happened to us.
That's
It'll
okay.
be the last.
I
Okay.
chose not to tell you.
yeah, sorry.
That's right, man.
Great, great. I love it, man. I can't wait to hear it when you guys record record.
Yeah.
Send it to me so I can put it into the playlist that we have. That's one of the things. You're listening to WNJR in Washington, Pennsylvania. Acoustic Songs Live. I'm your host, T. Mitchell Bell, and we have AJ in the Woods, which they're playing some tunes. It's not on a CD. It's not. You guys haven't made a record at this point, so I'm hoping that you
Yeah.
do.
Do we have anything on
one of-
Bandcamp or?
I mean, we have some stuff on SoundCloud.
Okay.
Check out our website, aginthewoods.com,
Yeah.
and there's links to our Facebook page. Our
There's-
Instagram, I just got into and I love.
Yeah, there's music. So on our website, ajinthewoods.com, you'll find we have some stuff on SoundCloud on there. We have some videos from YouTube.
Cool.
And
Yeah, that's what I think I watched some of that stuff, and I was like, oh, you have to have the guys on the show. And one of the things that we do here in the second hour is we play music from the CDs from the guests, and that's we've worked it into it. Automatically does it now. I was doing it manually, but now for the second hour we will have music from CDs every week. So that's good. And as soon as you guys have something, send it to me, and I'll get it into
definitely.
the rotation on there.
Thanks again for having us out here, man.
Oh, it's hey, my pleasure. You guys drove all the way from Cleveland. I know that's that's like 5 hours out of your day right there just to come down and
They
go
charge
back.
$7 just to get in your state, so
It's the same.
$6.60,
It's the same.
Yep.
It's going the other way too.
Is it?
I forget. Yeah, there's a
get
toll.
you coming and going, I guess.
We have one of those toll things or whatever.
Easy Pass. Mhm.
Yeah, Easy Passes, and so I don't know how much it costs. It just automatically comes out of the
I
bank
used
account.
to come to Pittsburgh for a scooter rally for the Pittsburgh Vintage Scooter Club. They had a rally, and I love the city, zipping around on a scooter, going through the tunnels. We go down to like Hopper House. What's the Church Brew Works? Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
Church Brew Works, and which I think we're going to see out in Pittsburgh today because I didn't know there was St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. But if you want to go check out the vinyl stuff, you would go to Squirrel Hill, which that section really wouldn't have too much St. Patty's Day. That's actually the Jewish section of town. So, there's right there in middle Squirrel Hill. It's like the one Jewish section. So I don't think there'll be a lot of St. Patty's.
Oh, I think I wanted to go to I was planning to go to the Outlook or Overlook and all that cool stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But not when all the Irishmen are out. I'm Irish too, guys. So don't.
It's the South Side. Just stay out of the South Side. That's
South Side.
yeah. Stay out. It's like 20 blocks of bars, and every green beer drinking crazy person will be
So
there.
what do you guys do on actual St. Patrick's Day? Do they not have a parade?
Cleveland has a parade.
Yeah, we throw down.
Oh, there's a parade,
St.
yeah,
Patrick's.
but then everybody goes to the parade, and then they actually have shuttle service that you can park and take the shuttle over and drink to your heart's content, and it'll bring you back over if you want. But literally, I mean, the South, it's just nuts.
That's cool.
And if that's your thing, that's cool too. But I'm not into people puking and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm done there.
At this
Been
part
there,
of my
done that.
life, I avoid that stuff. I'm trying to stay away
Got
from
it out
that.
of our system.
Yeah, my girlfriend's younger than me, and she's into this whole thing. Like, I get off work at, she gets off work at 11:30. She wants to kind of go out sometimes, and I'm like, I'm just gonna be here at home with my records, and my guitar. And, my couch is here and TV's here, so I'm gonna be here.
Yeah,
So-
I'm at the point where they say, yeah, we'll book you for your gig. It's like 10 to 1 or 10 to 2. I'm like, I don't do those bar gigs anymore, man. I can't. I get it. You got an early show?
Yeah, you get it early, like 9 o'clock. Like,
Yeah.
that'd be sweet.
I want to be home by midnight,
Yeah. Seriously, OJ, the OJ movie comes on, so you watch that one? That's a good one.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I thought about it, but I was like, I don't know if I want to relive it all.
Oh yeah. See, I was about 9 when I'm 30. I just turned 30, so now I'm watching that. I'm like, I remember that Bronco taste. That's when The Lion King came out. I remember all that stuff, watching it, and my girlfriend is like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about that.
So you guys, you live on I realized Sandusky, Ohio, when it was. Oh, that's where SeaWorld and all the
Cedar
Cedar Point.
Cedar Point.
Yeah.
And all
Roller
the,
coaster capital of the world.
yeah, I forgot. I was like, oh, that's there. I remember that from. So you're kind of like on the west side of Cleveland. You were telling
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, it's like
Sandusky's still an hour away.
Yeah, an hour away.
From us.
Yeah.
So I saw in your, but you play Musica and the Beach Name Ballroom and places around the Cleveland area. What do you guys have anything coming up that you wanted to tell us about?
She
Or?
knows all that stuff. She just tells me to show up.
April 2nd in Lakewood, Ohio, which is just west of Cleveland, right on the lake. We're playing at Mahal's. It's actually a pretty cool spot. It's a bar, bowling alley, and music venue with 2 stages. So we are playing with Daniel Rylander, who's based out of Akron, Ohio, and for the life of me, I can't remember the third person. I feel bad.
Oh, no.
But it's on April 2nd. Shows at 8. So yeah, if you go to, I think it's like mahals20lanes.com, and so if you're coming through Cleveland,
It's a cool spot.
Yeah.
That
it's
sounds
great.
cool.
It's a little
Yeah.
hipster neighborhood over where it is.
that's actually where I live. I live down the street.
And then we got another one at the old Winchester. What's it called now?
Bevy and Birdtown. That's on the 1st.
The Winchester was like this famous music venue. I mean, Joe Walsh would pop in there, and Clapton played there once. It's kind of small, but it's like that place. If you're a professional musician, you don't tell them you're coming. You just show up and say, "I'm here,"
Yeah.
and they put you on stage. And that's
Wow.
and they sold it a year ago.
About 2. Me too.
Yeah, the people that owned it found God, I guess, and God said get rid of it.
Get rid of the bar, so they
Oh.
sold it, and
Yeah.
and then
Which is
but
a
no, it's a
shame.
really cool place. I mean,
Yeah.
they have like a
Big stage.
big stage in the
big
back,
hall.
and then in the front, they, like by the bar, they have a little stage. So for the first, just gonna be Josh and I, and we're just gonna kind of. They're doing like a April 1st Fool's Day type thing, so we're gonna be playing some covers. And then on the second, we're doing all original material, so that'll be good local Ohio flavor.
Cool.
I was so against covers when we started this band.
Mm-hmm.
But I
have a
was.
few.
Yeah, we would do a Phil Collins one in the air tonight. I do real
Oh, that's
different.
cool.
Like,
Yeah.
slap the guitar. It's one of those things.
That's the stuff I like. When you take a song, you turn it around,
Yeah.
you make
Oh
it
yeah.
like, you
This
know.
one's upside down on its head. And then I was sitting and watching the 2015 Rock and Roll inductee ceremonies. And I was a product. I was an early. I went through high school from 2000 to 2004. And I'm sitting there, and they said, "Well, Green Day getting inducted." And I'm like, "Oh, no kidding." I'm sitting
Wow.
there, drinking some scotch and watching, and sitting there by myself, and they start doing their music, and man, you know every lyric of all their songs, and you didn't even know. I'm sitting there tapping my foot, I'm like, this is sweet. So I call her, I go, I found a song for your banjo. She's been all about this banjo ever since she's got it.
Yeah.
Even before she got it, she's been all about this banjo. So we started to cover When I Come Around, and we do a really cool folky version with banjo in it, and it's a lot of fun.
Kind of
Guitar
like the
soloism,
bluegrass series
yeah.
of like there's like Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon
Yeah.
bluegrass version
Uh-huh.
of it that's out there. But
Yeah.
I can hear when I come around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
pick up the
Yeah, the rule of it, because I'm watching, I'm like, what a powerhouse that song was. And I told the bass player, Anthony, I'm like, you have to play that bass exactly how he does it. So he had to go and pick, and that's a complicated bass song. It doesn't sound like it really is. Same with our drummer, Nick. I'm like, you have to play the drums identical. The only thing changes, female singer, banjo lead guitar, and acoustic guitar. And it worked out really well. I was really happy with the results of it.
Yeah.
I watched that too, and when
Yeah.
when I saw them playing, I was like, "Oh my God, those guys have had a ton of
Yeah.
hits," and I didn't realize how much. I wasn't. I mean, I'm a little older than you guys. So I wasn't really like into the Green Day thing too much. But then when I listened to them, I was like, they really did keep that punk thing going,
Oh, yeah.
and just make popular punk
Like,
music.
no.
They probably got a lot of,
I mean, a lot of
like,
songs
oh,
are
they're
going
not
for
really
16.
punk, kind of,
Yeah.
but yeah, they,
Pop punk, I think, was kind of the term, wasn't it?
yeah.
So I was a pop punk princess.
Oh, yeah.
Well, speaking of music, you guys want to play something
Yeah,
else?
we could do
for
like
it?
3 more and
Yeah.
stretch them out a little bit.
Oh,
We
we're
have,
good. We're all good.
Yeah, this one I'm gonna step back from the microphone a little bit. This is a short
Okay.
one.
She came home. We called me over for band practice. She came home from work and she hated her life and her job. And
I have a new job now. I love it.
so
My old job was just really stressful.
I just started jamming hard on like this blues riff, and it kind of morphed into this song. So
What's the name?
I don't care.
Okay.
yeah,
You really don't
I
care?
really don't care.
we're gonna do the censored version because there's some words she took out. Look how mad she is. Hey, Big John, your daughter does swear. Just letting you know, buddy. Look at her.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
A little fun on there, a little shred. Nothing wrong with a little shred, man.
Nice break how you got, you guys changed it around there into the blues thing. Like, yeah.
That song's never the same, too, man. So you
No.
put a drummer behind that one, me and him at the end, man, we'll go. We'll just go. And she'll take a break and have a drink of water, too, man.
Well, a couple of the songs you played, I expected that, like that Shaky Graves kind of like
Oh, yeah.
bass
dude,
drum
that's
thing.
her band. That's her
Graves.
ringtone.
Yeah.
Shaky Graves?
Graves, If Not For You is my ringtone. Yep.
Yeah. And trying to think, there's another guy who plays that type of thing where he's playing like his drum kit while he's playing, and then he sings, does throat singing.
Oh.
Like this he's getting two tones coming out of his throat at the same time.
That's cool.
I can't think of his name right now, but
Yeah,
well, you guys, this is your first time to the area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely should come back and look at playing some gigs around in the area. I can help you out there.
Definitely. That would
Give
be
you some
amazing.
contact info, and because it definitely would go over well. I think there's some places here that would like your thing.
And I think the other goal, man, we really want to go to Nashville. Oh,
Yeah.
Go back to Nashville.
Yeah. We actually, so there's a story. So this singer-songwriter out of Memphis, his name is Chris Milam. And he came through town in the fall and contacted us through someone else that we know, and ended up actually playing at Mahal's, where we'll be playing on April 2nd. And strangely enough, we found out his last name is Milam, and Josh has a tattoo of his grandma's name on his arm.
Yeah, I'm related to him.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Yeah,
There's
Luxuries are related to
yeah.
him. We're
They're
talking.
like distant cousins. Yeah.
I called my grandma and I'm telling her names of his family. She's like, yeah, that's your great uncle this and your, this
Wow.
and that. And I'm like, dude, you gotta stay tonight. Don't get a hotel. Come on over, your family.
From Memphis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have relatives in Memphis too that I didn't know I had. Blew me away. I knew that my real grandfather, biological grandfather, was from Memphis, but
cool.
it was. And I found him, through Facebook,
Yep.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was doing some genealogy research, and here I have distant cousins that live down in Memphis that I've never ever met. It's crazy.
Yeah. Small world.
Yeah, well, that's the internet's like done that. I guess
The
it's,
world's got a lot smaller because of this.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah, release a record, and then all of a sudden people were like contacting me through email, like, "Hey, I'm your cousin out in Denver." I'm like, what?
$10. Yeah.
Well, I've really enjoyed talking with you guys and having you play, and this certainly has been, when I get to sit back and listen to a band and just, like, it's like, wow, it's like having a house concert.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, this band is playing in the radio. I sometimes forget it's a radio show. It's like there's thousands of people listening out there, and but also I get to enjoy it too. So I really appreciate it. You were talking a little bit about the Cleveland scene and about the releasing stuff on vinyl. You were talking about that.
So no, they don't even put CD players in cars anymore, so I don't want to do CD. I don't remember the last time I ever bought a CD. This vinyl is on a kickback. I'm a big vinyl guy too, and she's starting to get into it. And I just said, let's do a 45, 2 songs. You buy it, and then you get a digital download card, and you get a lot more music that way. People using flash drives or their car and things like that. And the scene in Cleveland, God, there's a lot of good indie guys, and they're just going straight to vinyl. They're not even bothering with CDs now, it seems like, because no one's really playing them. I mean,
They're not even putting CD players in or CD drives in computers.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, they stopped that?
Apple stopped. There's,
yeah.
You have to buy a separate one if you want a super drive. You want to pay $50 extra if you want one. So it's, it's really like just a way to they call it the Nashville handshake, actually, when you get somebody a CD.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Hey, a CD.
I like that. And
CD.
There's this whole renaissance of the technology with the music. I'm still looking for a reel-to-reel. I want a reel-to-reel recorder. There's a whole renaissance in this recording the music, the way the music's put out again. I mean, the vinyl record industry is huge again. And the way people are listening, even the music itself. I mean, the stuff I think we're doing is not particularly new kind of stuff. There's a new twist on it, but it's not new stuff. And the people that are rebelling against iHeartRadio, iHeartMedia, the Megatron of the music industry, are really finding good original artists doing solid good music, but they're not getting the chance to hear it because it's not on those top 40 stations.
Well, it's what the A&R guys used to do.
Yeah.
Now the listeners are doing.
I mean, Rush that's how anyone ever heard about Rush is from Cleveland. Disc jockey on WMMS in Cleveland, which is an old school famous rock station, what I think has been destroyed now, mostly talk shows. They got a Rush demo, and they played Rush in Cleveland. I'm not a big Rush fan. I don't like Geddy Lee's voice personally, but whatever. This huge demand, a brand new band named Rush no one's ever heard of, and now Rush is this huge behemoth of a band. I mean, that's how you get started. People take a chance on you, play it. If they don't like it, they don't have to listen to it. If they like it, they can listen to more of it.
That's how Kansas, the band Kansas, got so much airplay in Pittsburgh. They had a following here before they were big anywhere else because they were playing shows. They just, somebody heard them, put on, and that doesn't really happen now. They have it's like a playlist that they basically go off of, and
they have to stick to that format.
Yeah, and those guys, they sit back and they're collecting royalties now. I mean, Aerosmith has to get something. The
way a musician makes money now, I'm not in it for making money, but the way they do it is not through sales; it's through touring
and live shows.
It's the only way to do it. So we got two more we could probably squeeze in real quick.
Cool. Yeah. What do you want to play for us?
This one's slower. It's a little slow, lean back. We talk about that comfort music, which I hate that term. This would be more of that, I guess.
Yeah.
Ugh.
This is called Lakeview. So there's actually a cemetery in Cleveland called Lakeview Cemetery. President Garfield's buried there. Elliot Ness, a lot of famous people and stuff. And it's kind of like a Parisian cemetery where it's like a park and you have picnic tables and people lunch. At my old job, I used to go running on there on my lunch breaks. And so I wrote this song in Lakeview.
Okay.
Rising around me, wind blowing gently through the magnolia tree, sun shining and with it brings a calm that I haven't, oh I haven't felt in years. Don't mistake me for the affectionate kind if I hold your hand. I want you to be mine. Run my fingers through your tasseled hair. Oh, you better, oh, you better know it's real.
Joey's gonna pump out the next one because we got 5 minutes. I really want to get this next one.
And I pick and choose my friends like picking wild flowers. Never choose one that's too much like the other, as different as each colored hour. And I don't long for you in the rain. I don't need you to call me in the storm. It's in the open fields with the fireflies dancing that brings longing my way. Woo!
Hey, that's what.
Sorry, I knocked it out of the tune.
That happens, you know.
Oh,
you
yeah.
play hard, you know. Oh, what a great man! You guys just like segue right from that. I guess you would call comfort music. You said, you know, or wouldn't call comfort music chill, but the that emotional roller coaster. You know, it's great. It's great. I get you guys must put on a fantastic show. It is just go see these guys. AJ in the Woods from Cleveland, Ohio. If you get a chance, check out the website, acousticSongs.com. Check out their website, AJ and the Woods, spelled out completely. And Next week we have Sean Waterman. He's coming from Atlanta, I believe, and we'll see you around 12 o'clock noon for 2 hours of music. And it's been great having you here. Have a nice week. We'll talk to you, and we'll see you next week.